All right. So hi everyone. My name is Alvin Fan. I am a senior at Limerick High School. Um, and yeah, so I did a little Snapchat vlog thing talking about I guess rejection from colleges and stuff. And some of my friends asked that I follow up on it and add a couple more of my weird insights. I'm also doing this in one go, so I'm sorry if it ends up being kind of weird or like not very fluid, I guess. I'm using the photo booth app on my MacBook because I don't have any other recording device, and so this could probably turn out being really bad. Sorry in advance. So yeah, so a couple of my friends just asked me to add a bit more to what I had said before. So I mean, there's not really much to say, I guess, or I guess there is a lot to say, because I'm making a whole video for this, but I guess I just want to put a couple things out there. And yeah, so as you guys probably know, I got rejected from Columbia on early decision. I heard back on Thursday, and yeah, they basically said that out of 3,500 applicants, they can only take what, like 600 something, leaving an acceptance rate of around 17%, give or take. And you know, it is what it is. I'm not too torn up about it, and I explained that in my video because, like I said, I truly believe that in the grand scheme of things, we have other opportunities available for us. Going to an Ivy League is not the end all be all. It is absolutely not an automatic key to success. It is not a guarantee that you'll have a financially stable job either. Um, so yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that you can truly get a good education anywhere you go. Okay, like I said in my video, my sister goes to Dartmouth, a really prestigious Ivy League school, right? But at the same time, she meets people who are academically maybe not as inclined, people who don't like studying. She meets bigoted people. She meets like narrow-minded people all the time. And you know, if these are any signs of intellectual vitality, as Stanford likes to put it, or intellect in general, I'd say a good number of them fail on those grounds. Um, and whereas I've met kids from De Anza or SJSU, schools that people will consider to be failures or flops, um, but they're just as academically motivated to succeed. They're just as thoughtful. They're just as insightful as some kids at Ivy Leagues are. So really, you're gonna have good students and bad students everywhere, right? You're gonna have a good. There's no real good college, bad college dichotomy. The only thing you have is maybe a school has a lot of academically successful kids than other schools, and that's totally fine. But that says nothing about the quality of education you can receive there. What's most important is what you do at the school, what you make of your time there, what you make of the investment your parents are kind of like putting into you by sending you to that school. Um, like my sister said, like her career objective changed in college. Like she's now on a computer science path rather than neuroscience path, right? But it's not necessarily, the fact that she goes to Dartmouth that guarantees her success in life. It's what she's doing there. She's working hard. She's constantly pushing herself to be the best she can. My sister's a really inspirational person to me, and I hope I can be somewhat close to her in terms of who I become as a person. But anyway, point is, she's making the most of her time there, and so to that end, I think she's gonna have a very successful life. Whereas, someone who's maybe not taking college as seriously, not studying as hard, kind of slacking off, that's not to say they won't be successful, but it doesn't matter if they go to like Columbia or like a top tier school compared to like, a community college. Someone at community college using their time in a more efficient manner could absolutely do better in life in almost every regard, financially, happinessly, in almost every regard, if they just spend their time more efficiently and more in a more meaningful way. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is if you get rejected, which chances are if you're applying to a top school, you probably will, because that's just the reality, right? The numbers don't lie. It's just there's like a less than 10% acceptance rate to any of the top colleges, right? That's just how it is. First of all, I want to reassure you, there's nothing wrong with being rejected because like we seem to associate rejection with failure. Like if we get rejected from a college, that automatically qualifies us as a failure. And it may seem like that, like no matter what I say, it may seem like that to you like, because that's just how we're conditioned to think. Like, the Bay Area and this area in general is so afraid of failure that we despise it. We learn to kind of like hate it and fear it almost. And it shouldn't be that way, because I think success and failure, if you're going to have successes, you're inherently going to have failures, right? It's like a double-sided coin, or obviously double-sided, but it's a coin, right? Because once you get one side, you have equally likely of chance of getting the other side. And part of the quintessential human experience, I think, is experiencing failure, right? To best illustrate this point, I guess it's, I was playing FIFA, the video game for soccer stuff, right? And and I was playing as Bayern Munich, one of the best teams in the game. And the next game I was gonna play was up against this like really bad team, like probably last in the league, something like that. But rather let the computer simulate the game, I decided to play the game myself, like manually play it, rather than just run the sim. And had I run the sim, I probably would have won like 5-0, 6-0 easily. Like, I would have had a blowout victory. But I decided to play it, and I ended up losing 1-0. So what my point is here is that, had I let the machine do the work for me, I probably would have achieved success. But because I'm a human, and because, I'm just not perfect, right? I messed up. I made stupid mistakes in that game that cost me the game and made me lose 1-0, and I didn't take my chances. A lot of factors, right? My point is, being human means to experience failure, and it's okay, right? It's okay for you to, like, fall down sometimes. It's okay for you, especially for you underclassmen out there, to not get the straight A's all the time, right? Because what we're doing when we all have straight A's and we all have, science Olympiads, and we're president of like 3 different service clubs and things like that, is we're creating a system where everybody is inherently the same. Like basically the next person applying to Columbia is the same as the previous person right before. Like, there's no difference between any of them. And I don't think that makes for a very holistic admissions process, right? Because then you're taking these cardboard cutouts and you're only taking, I guess, the best of the best, which is unfair, and it doesn't promote the diversity that I think that colleges really want. It doesn't do anything to like increase the diverse number of people that they need, right? The type of people that they need. If anything, they're just more or less, I mean, I'm not going to act like I know their decisions process or anything, and maybe they did create a diverse cast of students to fill up their class. But all I'm saying is that you should have no fear of, like, being imperfect, because that's what it means, right? That's what it means to be human. It's okay for us to make mistakes. It's okay for us to not be 4.0 GPA number crunching machines that can just shoot out, and pump out A's on tests every single day. That's just not realistic. And it really takes away from your individual experience of life, really. You shouldn't be stuck at home studying all day for that SAT or AP test or something. You should be going out there, making meaningful bonds with people. Go out there, live life. Do something you love. Don't do something just because you think it will make you look good on a college application. Because I guarantee you, like, the college admissions officers can see right through that. They know if, like, a kid doesn't even seem passionate about, and they can tell through your writing, right? Like, if you're writing about something that you do and you're not truly passionate about it, they can sense that immediately. So there's no sense in you doing something just for the sake of doing it. You should be doing it because you truly feel impassioned by it. You truly have a passion for it. So linking this back to, I guess, college admissions and rejections and whatnot, it's okay to be rejected, right? Like I said in the video before, it's okay to be rejected, because it just means that other opportunities are open for us elsewhere, right? I think the problem is that we always have a one-track, like, we have a mindset that this is the one track to success. I have to make it to an Ivy League. I have to work on Wall Street or whatnot, and I have to make like $300K a year for me to live a happy life. And that's absolutely not true. You define your own form of happiness. You find your own happiness in life. Whether that be you make a lot of money, cool, that's fine. Or if, you like painting cool pictures in your free time and that makes you happy, hell, do it, right? The only, I think, rule attached to this is my own personal philosophy really in life is do what makes you happy as long as it doesn't compromise the happiness of another person. So to that end, do whatever the hell you want, right? You don't have to get into Ivy League. I guarantee you're not going to be like a failure in life if you don't get into the Ivy League. And in general, guys, just be comfortable with yourselves, right? When it comes to the word you, you're, I guess, you're a lot more than just the three letters, right? You're everything your life experiences have accumulated to make you into. That didn't make sense grammatically. I need to work on my on my grammar clearly. But yeah, guys, just relax. It's okay. We didn't get into, I didn't get into Columbia, and you may get into your dream school, which is by all means, congratulations if you do. But all I'm saying is, if you don't, or if you just get rejections in general from schools, don't let that reflect on you, because life truly does go on. And once again, a new door is waiting for you, a new door of opportunity, and I hope you take it and make the best of it. All right, peace out. Thanks.